With Elegant Creations, and I'm here to do a video, and little small tutorial for Saturday Morning Mix with Jill Norwood. And I am getting ready for my craft shows, so I am going to show you. I finished all my little notebooks, and I packaged them up, and then I'm show you how I kind of put them together. And so I finished all the angels and Santas. Gonna make a little bit of noise. So let's see if I can put it right there. And this is a little car, and I did put glitter on some of them. On this one, I didn't. I wasn't sure if people want things with glitter. Some people do, some people don't. And so I just kind of did a little bit of both. Okay, and then I have tons and tons of trim. And so I just kind of put a little bit of trim on the edge. I was going to put beads, but I didn't have a glue strong enough, and I had put some on one of them, and I was using it for myself, and the beads kind of started coming off, so I decided not to put no beads. And keep them simple. I just want to have something inexpensive to sell. These are going to be $3, and they're just paper inside them. And so I find one that I've done. So this just has the little typing paper, copy paper. You know, it's just plain paper. This one I happen to have off-white. This is a little thicker, but so I did the Christmas, and then I did some angels, and I did the cardinal or bird. And I have a lot of repeats. And I have this one. She's cute. A friend of mine had given me some from Temu, and they were, let's see if I find them. So these are the original that she gave me, and there's 10 angels and then 10 Christmas. I have a printer, a cheap one. It's not anything fancy. It doesn't enlarge or reduce or anything like that, so it just prints color and black. And so I make copies of them because I want to do multiples. And so that's why I saved the original for in case I want to do any next year. And so then I just copy them and then cut them and put them on my little booklet. So this one has the glitter. And I'm going to show you my big stash of lace trim. There's the kind of showing repeats. So here's the snowman with the glitter. I just love these. I need to get more. That one's pretty. And then I think the rest are mostly, let me see if they're all repeats. Oh, okay. So then what I did was I think I have, let me see. Here's this real pretty angel. Okay. She's cute. I love angels. My tree is all in angels. So this one, a friend of mine had given me, I don't know, she had some stickers or just some pictures with the fairies. And so I put these on there. And I bought these books at Dollar General. I covered it myself. It had like something on it. And so I was able to put this on there. And then I put glitter and then covered it with trim. And then so I did 2 of them. And it came with the paper. It was a magazine, I guess. You know how you used to get them years ago. Magazine, they would give you either die cuts or pictures. And these were the pictures they gave, like little die cuts of pictures. And there's some other ones I haven't finished. So I matched it with the green that I had. And let me show you my big jar. I don't know if you could see it. This is those pickle jars that I used to buy pickles in. I've got like 6 of these, and I have still have quite a bit. And you know, I get a lot of things in bulk, used to, and I would get like 6 or 7 yards, and I would dye them whatever color I needed. Just to prepare, I would do the blues, I do the pinks, the purples, green, tan, and if I could, if some of them will let me, some of them didn't take the burgundy very well. And so that's what I would do, is have a whole bunch, and then when I used it up, the little pieces. So I've got a lot of little pieces. And so I have, we used to do pillows, Victorian pillows, and wall hangings, and we used to do tissue boxes and all that, and we put pictures on them. So I had a lot of pictures, and I've been using them all, and I had a few left, but they were kind of yellowy. And now that I have my inks, I thought I'm going to try it because I hadn't used them. And I had one more angel. Okay, let me see. This angel, the ink was running out, and so it kind of gave it a little blue tint. So then I just put the blue on there. I still used it. I thought it was cute. So there's that one. So these are my ladies. Oops. I have so many of these. Oops. I just dropped it. Okay, so I had these ladies. And when I copied it, it was like real yellow. And so I just got my brown, my Distress Vintage Photo. And I got a brush and went around it. And kind of toned it down because it was really yellow. And so then I was able to use these. And then I had trim to match her hat. And then I had this one. And this is the same lady, but she's more orange where she printed, the way she printed out, than this one. It's more yellow. So it just depends. I had, this copier. So it just depends on which one I used, I guess. I did them all in different times. So then there's that picture. This, I think, was a wall hanging that we liked the lady, so I put it on my copier and printed it. And then this is the purple lady. And the trims. And all my trims, because they all match the same, so I used them on other things. Then I have this one. This one was like a cutout, and then I had put it on a piece of paper and was able to copy these. But a lot of these are one of a kind, or I only have one because this is all my leftovers. And so I'm trying to use everything up. And I like her hat. So I didn't want to go too crazy on decorating them. I used to do these booklets I used to get at Michael's that were in the dollar section back then in like 2013, 2014. And so I used to put all kinds of stuff on it. And I decided to keep it simple and keep them for $3 and just a little notebook. And this one was a card. It's about this big. It's a little note card. But when I enlarged it so I could put it on different things. And we used to really put a lot of stuff, make a lot of things. Things have changed with the craft shows with the Victorian. So a lot of people are decorating in farmhouse style. So it's changing. And so we weren't doing as good. So I'm kind of getting away from it. But I still like to make things kind of in the Victorian, but not too much stuff. And this one's a different trim. Said all the inking on this one. That lady's so pretty. And then I had this one, and I wish I would have brought her down a little bit to where I cut her off here because she had feathers, and I made a boo-boo. But that's the only one I had. Let's see. Okay, and then I did this one. And this one I had a huge, well, it's got 3 ladies. It was huge. And so then I cut it down, and I just did the 2 ladies. And that's the only one I had. So I did that one. Okay, and then here's some more angels. I hope they do good. Sometimes angels do good, sometimes they don't, but that's okay. I did make some for my church, and they sold quite a bit already. I think there's like 4 left. I gave them 10. So there's that little angel. And then that one we're reading the book. Okay, so I have quite a bit, and so hopefully. And so I was gonna show you this. This is the book that I had made. I made this one for myself. It's kind of falling apart already because I use it all the time. This is the book I use to write all my, when I make something, I write everything down that I make and how much it is and the year I did it. So I'm running out of pages. This is think the last year I'm going to do it and make another one. But I wanted to decorate it for myself, and this is the way I used to decorate those books that I used to do a long time ago. And I didn't want to have to spend a lot of time in doing it. And the books are so expensive now because I think I got this for $1, and it's a good size book. So they used to have, I don't know if people remember, they used to have like the shopping list and all kinds of notebooks, and they were only $1. So I used to go buy a bunch and ran out of them. So that's I kept one for me, and I use it. So I'm going to show you what I do for the how to make the notebooks. Okay, so I get just copy paper, and I fold it in half. So I get 5 sheets, and then I cut those in half. This one, I used a 12 by 12 piece of ivory paper. I didn't have any in the craft paper, so I did. So this is a little smaller. This is the 6 in half, or 12 by 12 in half, which is 6, and this is the 5 and a half, and by 4 1/4, and this is, I think, I'm not sure what that is, but I think I just cut the 6 and then the 12 and then folded it over. So okay, so if you're gonna do the 12 by 12, you don't have to cut any more off of this. So I just cut it in half, and then I insert all these pages. So there's 5, and then when you cut them in half, you're going to get 10. Okay, and you're going to insert them in there. And so if you're going to use this one, I did have to cut a little bit off. Let me see if I find my paper. All my papers. Okay, so what I did was, let's see if I can explain this. You could either cut it before you put it together like this, cut 1/4 inch here, and then you can cut half here, and then measure it from there, and then cut it in half. Okay, because, or I have a heavy duty cutter, so I did that. I cut here 1/4 inch, and then on each side I cut 1/4 inch, just so it fits right in here. If not, it's going to hang over, because this is the same size as your paper, if that makes sense. So see, it hangs out right there. And then when you put more, it's going to come out more when you put more sheets. So that's why I did that. But if you do the 12 by 12s, I didn't have any. And then another thing, what happened to me was I didn't have the plastics. I ran out of the bigger one, and all I had was this one, so this fit perfectly. And I thought, if I do the 12 by 12, I'm gonna have to go buy some of these, and I didn't want to. So so that's how I do that. So let's see. So all I do, it's very simple. I think if you have just a regular stapler, you can put, they say, I saw a lady do this, and she put an eraser, and then she opened up the stapler, and then stapled it here, and then this leaned on the eraser, so the point went into the eraser, and then you pull it out and then fold them in. Okay, but I have a friend of mine, I have all these friends that have all kinds of stuff, and I borrow from them, they borrow from me, they lend me, and which is really nice. And so she had the long arm stapler, and we used to have one at the church, and when I went to look for it, because they had new people come in, and I don't know, they took a bunch of stuff out, and so they used to have one because they used to do booklets, and they don't know what happened to it, so things got moved around. And I was going to use theirs, so I was going to go to the schools. Oops, I did this a little crooked, but and borrow theirs, but I didn't. So she had one. So luckily for friends. So then that's how you do that. Okay, and then I put my image here, and then I get, let me see if I find it. I move things around. I've done this video twice already. Let me see if I find it. Might have dropped it. Oh, here it is. I did drop it. Okay, so then I get, this is 1 inch by 5.5. Okay, and after I put my images on both sides, if I want to put them on both sides, these ladies, I only put it on one side. I decided I didn't really have anything to coordinate with it, so I didn't put anything. I left it like that. So then, in order to hide the staples, I use this. Okay, so with the picture, I did the double-sided tape, and with this, I used the art glitter glue because I wanted something sturdy. I did use tape at first, and it kept popping up, so I decided to do glue. So that's how I did that. Just like a seam. And on these ladies, I did the black. So you can do whatever color you want, and they're really easy, and they make nice little gifts. You want to give some to co-workers and things like that. And, you know, you can get cards, things that have pictures on them, like Christmas cards or different, whatever you have, and you can put that on the front. And they make nice little gifts, okay? So that's how you do that. And then I haven't finished all of them yet. I think I had showed the last time that I was going to work on these, so I can get them all. I've got to get on this. Okay, so I had bought these little notebooks from Dollar Tree. They have them now for Halloween, and so I kind of sanded it down because this is like the shiny, and I didn't know if it would stick to it, the glue, so I wanted to make sure it did. And so I had these ladies, and so I just had covered it with some paper I had, and I used a lot of scraps. So I did cheesecloth at the bottom, and then I put these pictures. They were already cut out. I had cut them out. I don't know if I was going to make ornaments or what I was going to do with them, but they were all cut out. So I did these, and then I'm just going to do a lot of different things. So this is the heart. Let's see if I find this is the heart that I got for Valentine's. And I think they come in a package of 10 for like $1.25. And so I sell these for $1. And so this one I did glue for the paper, but you have to put something in here because it will seep into your paper. So when you're gluing it, and I did put a little bit of the black binding there to hide the edge. See, because you could see the edge on that one, so I still have to do my binding right there. And so this one I'm just using things I have. So I had a saw machine, and I cut it out, and I did the little measuring tape, and I'll probably put something else in there. I don't want it bulky or anything, because these could be like for the purse, for your purse. And so then I had this one. And I have my lady, my favorite one. And if you want to, I have done that before, is use that clear tape that for packaging. You could put that over the picture and then cut it out. And then that will protect your picture, or laminate it if you want. Okay, but I didn't do that on those. Then I did this one. And then I found, I had bought these years ago at a stamp show. And so I think I'm going to use those because they're the perfect size. They're just a little bit smaller, which is perfect. The hope, and then joy, and faith. I think these will be nice. And then I had the hummingbird. And then I had well, my friend, what we used to do when we went, my friend would buy some and I would buy some, and then we would make copies of them. And so that's what I did. So I had the hummingbird. So it fits perfect. So I'll just get coordinating colors. So that will be that. And then this is the, what is it called? I can't remember the name of it. It escaped me. And so I have that. those. And then the hummingbirds are pretty. So I thought this was a pretty paper. So I'm going to use those. Dragonflies. Could think. So I did make one of these, and I might put a little bit of glitter here and there on the butterflies, and then I'm gonna put a little tape here. I don't think I'll do it this thick, this wide. I might do just a small one, and what I might do is put it the same color here before I put this paper. Yeah, this is just a one I just did a little while ago. And this one I did use double-sided tape to put it on. And I made it a little bit smaller and rounded the edges to fit. And where you can see a little bit of the green. And this is that paper that I had dyed out of Ritz dye. And so I used those for that because I couldn't find the right color, and this was the perfect color. So that worked out there. And that's it. I think I'm done with that. I just have to work on them, and then I will get them all done and get them ready for my shows. I have a craft show on the 1st and 2nd. It's a 2-day show. So I'm going to take these and see how they work. And I appreciate all of you watching, and thank you all for the wonderful comments that I receive. And if you would like to hit the like button and subscribe if you haven't. And welcome to all my new subscribers. And I have a good weekend, and I will see you hopefully next week if I get time to show something that I'm working on, because I'm running behind. So thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye. Have a good day.